Happy evening, everyone. Welcome you all to today's SpeakUP session. So we have our speakers here, Mr. Shyamraj. So he's a lead trainer, proprietor, head training and development, Beehive Communication Club. So he's a professional speaker, communication skills trainer, and he is associated with Toastmasters International, TEDx, and Rotary International. So here we have Shyamraj with us today. And we have from a nursing person, Ms. Soumya Chandy. So she is a nursing superintendent for Kanchi Kamakoti Child Trust Hospital in Chennai. She has over 15 years of experience in nursing, and she has varied experiences across teaching and administration. She is with us today. So she will take us through clinical scenarios, followed by Mr. Shyamraj will take us through the communicative English related things. Okay, so I invite Ms. Soumya Chandy to share her insights on the various scenarios on nursing communication. Welcome, Ms. Soumya.
Good evening, Dr. Yayati, Mr. Shyamraj, and all my dear friends. Thank you, Dr. Yayati, for giving me this opportunity to share my views on the importance of English language for nurses. It's a wonderful initiative to teach language skills to nurses. Unfortunately, many don't realize how crucial it is, while some may feel they already know enough, and others may shy away because they believe they don't know the language well enough. However, communication is an essential part of nursing because we are dealing with patients, not machines. It is especially important during transitions of care. There are situations where enhanced communication is very important. It is very critical. And such situations are patient admissions, discharge planning, before surgery, when a critical diagnosis is made, and during handovers between shifts. So these are situations which require enhanced communication. In these situations, if a nurse lacks basic knowledge of English, several issues can arise. For instance, they may misinterpret a doctor's order, struggle to provide adequate patient education, or make errors in documentation. During handovers, especially in a busy ward or in an emergency department, nurses may face difficulties in conveying vital information clearly, which can lead to misunderstandings and mistakes. We have a specific format for handover, which is called ISBAR, introduction, situation, background, assessment, and recommendation. It actually helps us to reduce errors, but still, if the language skills are not proper, errors can happen. So language fluency is crucial. Though language is just a medium of communication in healthcare, if the language is not used appropriately, it can lead to critical errors. To give a simple example, if a doctor gives an instruction like administer paracetamol, if the pain persists and the nurse doesn't understand the word persists, he might give the drug unnecessarily, leading to drug overdose. Let's take a simple example of writing nursing care plans. Nurses often find it tedious because it requires framing sentences in English. They provide excellent care, they assess, they plan, they implement, and also evaluate patients for 8 to 12 hours. Yet when it comes to documenting all of this in the care plan, it becomes a struggle. Many times it's not the care that's the problem, it's having to write it down in English. English is not just another subject to study, it's a skill that requires practice. Unless you use it regularly, you won't improve. You can't study English for 1 hour a day and suddenly become fluent. You need to incorporate it into your daily routine. Speaking in English with your colleagues, even if you speak, even if there is mistakes, it's okay. What matters is that you practice. I can share my own experience as an example. I studied in a good English convent school and was very fluent in English back then. I did well in grammar, and in fact, Tamil and Malayalam were difficult for me. But after I left school, I stopped using English as much. Over time, I started speaking more of Tamil and Malayalam. And as a result, I sometimes feel less confident to do public speech. That's why it's so important to practice continuously. As Mr. Shyamraj sir rightly said in the last class, a nurse who speaks good English fluently will be respected by all. I agree with you, sir, completely. I always thank my English teacher till now. We lost her last month. She was a very strict teacher, more than a science teacher. The English teacher was she was the most strict teacher of the school. And no matter in whichever subject you're expert in, language is very important. So, as a conclusion, I would encourage all of you to take full advantage of these classes and practice your English daily. The better you communicate, the better care you will provide to your patients, and the care will also be safe. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Dr. Yayati, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Soumya, for giving a quite short, brief importance of communication and the very much importance of communication, the writing, the words, understanding the words, the meaning of words, and then framing into sentences. So this is the main idea where we wanted to start this program and our continuation of this as an NCARE program, what we are doing, the first batch we're doing. So this is absolutely the need of the hour. That's why every week we wanted to connect with you all to share clinical information as well as communication skills. So thank you, Soumya, once again. So now floor is open for Mrs. Shyam. I'll quickly give you the access to share. Yes, Shyam, I've made you as host now, so you can share.
Good evening, doctor. Good evening, everyone. I believe I'm audible, visible, and my screen is also
Yes, perfect.
visible. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank Madam Soumya for clearly telling all of us why this session is important. Very recently, I heard we don't learn when a teacher tells us, we learn when a mentor tells us. I can always be a teacher, teaching you English, teaching you grammar, teaching you words. But a mentor is somebody who is from your field, who knows what you're going through. And when that person tells you this is important, you start learning. So now as a teacher, I think from the mentor carrying the responsibility becomes very easy. Come on, people, let us step into this. This is the third Thursday that we are meeting. Every week, we are learning some words, some tips on pronunciation, and certain psychological facts about improving our English. So today, we are once again into this process. About Us, stethup is a learning platform. As you all know, it's a networking platform. It's a platform for you to build your career in the healthcare industry. And I've been introducing myself for the past 3 weeks. I am a trainer. I'm the founder of a training organization. I am more into training people on communicative English. Today, what are the 3 lessons? Get ready with your pen and paper. 3 tips to improve your fluency in English. Is it enough to learn words every week? Learn pronunciation every week? When am I going to speak? How am I going to speak? So number 1, tips to improve my fluency today. Number 2, pronunciation. Last week, I think we learned some 5 or 6 words in terms of pronunciation. There is still a big load of words in the medical industry to learn in terms of pronunciation, to correct in terms of pronunciation. Number 3, this time we thought we'll slowly enter tenses. Little bit of tenses. Let us see how enjoyable all these lessons are. Going on to slide number 1. Okay. How many of you are so good at singing? How many of you love singers? if you ask them, how did you practice singing? They would say, I was first a bathroom singer. Then I started practicing in small platforms. I would like to tell you a secret about bathroom singing. See, most of them are born as bathroom singers because in a close confinement, shyness is not there. Hesitation is not there. Very important, your voice is double beautiful. You have to try it tomorrow in the bathroom. Try singing under the shower. Your voice is at its best. And very fortunately and very coincidentally, that's the same climate in which you should practice speaking also. Within a close confinement, when you don't have anybody around, when you think there are no judges around you, when you think there are no evaluators around you, when you think there is another guy whom you think is better than you, in all these cases, practicing English becomes a challenge. A common mistake we make in all spoken English classes is we want to stand with two, make a conversation, and improve our English. In that case, you're concentrating on many other factors like evaluation, judgment, rather than focusing on your English skill. So tomorrow, you're going to do this. Lock yourself in the bathroom or lock yourself in your private room without any partner. Try speaking in English all alone. Trust me, I have tried it. It worked for me. Tip number 2 is connected to that. Please remove the misunderstanding that fluency means speaking very fast in English. Okay, I need to show to people that I can speak very well in English, so I'll speak very fast. Tappu. Okay, fluency in English means using the right words, right sentences, and speaking without repeating. அதை நான் எப்படி achieve பண்ணலாம்? Now people remember, maximum in your life, you will not use more than 600 words. Can you believe me? You won't use more than 600 words in English in your entire lifetime. I, you, he, she, it, was, where, put them all together, it won't go beyond 600. Don't count the numbers in English, it will go till millions and trillions. Talking about meaningful words. Similarly, not more than 50 sentences does an adult make. நம்ம எப்படி பார்த்தாலும் 50 சென்டென்சஸ் தான் நம்ம பிராக்டிஸ்ல இருக்கும். அப்ப என்ன செய்யறோம், நாளையில இருந்து ஏதாச்சும் ஒரே ஒரு டாபிக் எடுங்க, நீங்க யாருக்கோ எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கிறது. Now, Madam Soumya explained how communicative English is important in the healthcare industry. She talked about the nurse care plan. She talked about handing over. ஒரு 5 minutes பேசினாங்க, அதுல ஒரு 600 words இருந்திருக்கும், அதுல ஒரு say 60 sentences இருந்திருக்கும். Imagine, from tomorrow, Soumya ma'am is practicing the same speech for 5 days. She is practicing the same topic for 5 days. What will happen? We think that speech will become perfect. Wrong. All the sentence structures you used in that speech will become perfect. If she says, English is important for your life, and the structure பார்த்துக்கோங்க, அதே ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ல உங்க பிரெயின் உங்களை எல்லா சென்டென்சஸையும் ஃப்ரேம் பண்ண வைக்கும். Okay, so tip number 2 is choose one explanatory topic, lock yourself in the private room, slower, faster கிடையாது, slow down and speak. Yeah, try this for the next 1 week. Next Thursday when you come here, I want you all to tell me how it worked. Tell me what topic you chose. எத்தனை முறை பேசுனீங்க? Do you find a difference between day 1 and day 6 or say day 7? யாரையுமே கூட வச்சுக்காதீங்க. All right, your flow will be objected. Now tell me okay if you will do this. Say okay. Then I'll go to tip number 3 in the chat window. Okay. Thank you, Dina. Thank you, Harsha. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Indu. Thank you, everybody who is flooding the chat group. Chat with okays. Going to the final one. Easiest of all tips. Easiest. அடுத்த 1 வீக்குக்கு இதை கண்டிப்பா பண்ணணும். ஓகே, லிசன் அப்படின்ற அட்வைஸ் அடிக்கடி கேட்டாச்சு. Now this is a different listen. I'm going to say, I am asking you to listen actively or passively. What do you mean by actively or passively? இது வரைக்கும் உங்களுக்கு அட்வைஸ் பண்ணவங்க என்ன சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க? See, you have to listen to English news. You have to listen to the dialogues in the movies. நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்? Just play that movie. You don't need to listen. Just hear enough. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? நீ கான்சென்ட்ரேட்டே பண்ண வேண்டாம், அது அந்த பக்கம் ஓடிக்கிட்டே இருக்கட்டும். That's enough. Now think of your favorite song. How did you memorize all the lines in that song? Shall I tell you? It played 10 times in your living room. You did not concentrate. The 11th time you were singing that song along with it. இது இருக்கு இல்லையா, this input organ and the brain inside, they are more powerful than you think. You are people in the medical field, you know that better than me. காதுல விழுந்தா போதும் 10 times. The brain will register the pronunciation even without your knowledge. The brain will register the sentence patterns even without your knowledge. நிறைய நேரம் நினைச்சிருக்கீங்களா, you use a word in the public, இந்த வேர்டு எனக்கு எப்படி தெரியும்னு எனக்கே தெரியலையே. Have you felt? Did I say that? Did I make that sentence? Have you felt that? அது எப்படி வந்துச்சு தெரியுமா? You are listening to somebody who is using that without your conscience. உங்க நாலேஜே இல்லாம உங்களை சுத்தி இருக்கிற யாரோ அதை யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. So it is coming out of your mouth. So listen actively or passively. உங்க வீட்ல சத்தமா கார்ட்டூன் நெட்வொர்க் ஓடினா போதும். You have kids in your house, just play that loudly. You will perfect all the pronunciation. Agreed அப்படின்னு டைப் பண்ணுங்க. So I will understand. நான் சொன்ன பாயிண்ட் புரிஞ்சிருச்சு. And then you will also follow it for the next 1 week. Say agreed in the chat window. Good, Isha. Good, Lavanya. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So 3 tips on improving the fluency. Number 1, be alone. Lock yourself. Number 2, give one topic. Slow down. Speak the same topic for 7 days and come next Thursday. Last point, English environment காதுல விழுந்துட்டே இருக்கணும் for the next 1 week. Okay? நீ கவனிக்கவே வேணாம். Do your own work. Do your cooking. Do your homework. Do whatever you want. But let the sound keep going on. All right. Now we move to the interesting part, our pronunciation. See how bold I am to pick these 2 words for nurses. Hospital. Surgical. Today we are going to start with the pronunciation of these 2 words. I have heard so many people in South India, so many people in North India. You know how they pronounce this? Hospital. Am I right? Hospital. Vanga hospital ku povom. Yeah. Now remember, my dear friends, in both these words you find AL at the end. Don't look at it as AL, look at it as LE. HOSPITLE. அப்படி இருந்தா எப்படி சொல்லுவோம்? ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ல சொல்லுவோம்? No. Hospital. Hospital. அந்த A pronounce ஆகக்கூடாது. Hospital. Little சொல்றல சின்னது. Little சொல்லக்கூடாது. Little. There is no pronunciation of A. Hospital. I am going to the hospital tomorrow. That's a surgical process. Surgical process illa. Surgical mask illa. Surgical mask. Got it? Good. See, the basic words when you pronounce differently, the richness in your English comes. கவனமா இருந்துக்கங்க. The next one, see, commoners, the most common medical term that we use is this. We get a kid and immediately we start pronouncing this. எப்படி pronounce பண்ணுவோம்? Try it from your place. I can't hear you. Just pronounce this word. Pediatrician. இன்னும் சொல்லலாம், pediatrician. That is how we do it. Remember, Last week we learned a rule. In English, most of the cases, long vowel varadu. Nedil varadu. I'll tell you how you pronounce this. Pediatrician. Pediatrician கிடையாது. Pediatrician. You understand? It's not pediatrician. Pediatrician. Understood? Similar. அதே மாதிரி one more word. Here you go. Stethoscope. That's how I have played during my childhood days. It's not stethoscope. It's stethoscope. Long vowel illa. Short vowel. Kuril. Nedil illa. Stethos illa. Stethos. Stethoscope. Pediatrician. Hospital. Surgical. அங்கதான் அந்த குரில் நீ வைக்கிறதுல தான் English becomes English. Okay. You have got your surgical GLOVES. எப்படிப்பா pronounce பண்ணுவோம்? Gloves. Gloves. ரெண்டையுமே நான் கேட்டிருக்கேன். Here it is. Learn this very important rule. We in English is not if. நல்லா கவனிக்கணும். We in English is not if. It is if. VF னு pronounce பண்ணி பாருங்களேன். If. That's how you pronounce it. For example, move, live, love, gloves. புரியுதா? Live இல்ல, live. Move இல்ல, move. Love இல்ல, love. Gloves இல்ல, gloves. If சேர்த்து சொல்லுங்க, the pronunciation would sound very sweet. Okay. Gloves அப்படின்னு இருக்கு, gloves அப்படின்னு இருக்கு. Both are correct. American, British னு வரும். Both are okay. ஆனா இவ்வு சொன்னா ரெண்டுலயும் தப்பு. If. That's the way you pronounce it. All right. Quickly to the next one. What am I doing now? நான் என்ன பண்றேன் இப்போ? I am doing a presentation. தப்பு. A presentation. And the S இருக்குல்ல, consider it Z or Z, however you want to call. PRES இருக்குல்ல, it is not S, it is Z. And station, I taught you last week, it is not station, it's station. ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? Tell me that you remember. Type yes, then I'll understand you remember it. I do not know how many of you attended the previous session, but if you say yes, I'll be happy that you remember. Hey, wow. Wow. Thank you. So many people from the last session, and I'm very happy that you remember. Now I'm giving you additionally another rule, S as Z. I'm asking you to make S as Z. So now how does it become? Presentation. Now I'm doing a presentation on English for nurses. Purida. So let us keep it that way. The next one. See, Soumya ma'am was talking about an English ENVIRONMENT in the hospitals. இது எப்படிப்பா pronounce பண்ணுவோம்? Environment. No. This is environment. கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். Remember, one by one I say, in. அது N இல்ல. EN is not N. It is in. VIRON. Viron கிடையாது. It's viron. Environment. Environment. It's an English speaking environment. புரியுதா? You're going to practice a speech for the next 1 week. Try to use all the words that I gave today, all the words that I gave last week in your speech, and try that pronunciation after 1 week, even if you think you won't pronounce it wrongly. That's the power of practicing continuously. Okay. Now we move to the next lesson. Now type go so that I'll go to the next. slide. Type go in the chat window so that I know you're ready. Good, 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 good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to the next one. Ready? All fine. Let us get into the tenses and become strong in the basics, people. Okay. Last week, we started NCARE batch number 1. Not last week, just now. We started NCARE batch number 1 on 21 and 22. We had interesting sessions, lot of questions, tenses. I asked so many people, hey, what are you? They say, sir, I am working as a nurse. Now I want you all to tell me which is right. I am working as a nurse. Correcta? I work as a nurse. Correcta? 1 or 2? Type in the chat window. Type 1 or 2. 2. Malati ma'am says 2. Isha says 2. 2, 2. Some say 1. Okay, some say 2. Most of you say 2. Okay. See, all the people who say 2, tell me honestly, if you are using it correctly whenever required. See, suddenly I ask you, ma'am, what are you doing? Sir, I am working as a nurse. ஒரு அவசரத்துல we tend to say I'm working as a nurse. People, number 1 is wrong. Let us not confuse with the names of the tenses. I'll tell you the differences between both the sentences, okay? I work as a nurse. அப்படின்னா, I work as a nurse every day. I am working as a nurse. அப்படின்னா, only today I am working as a nurse. Do you understand? When I say am, ing, now, today, not every day. But when I say I work as a nurse, that's every day, daily, regularly, throughout the year. Clear? Type clear so that now you know the difference between both these sentences. Good, good, good. Beautiful. Lovely. Now follow me. I'm going to the next sentence. இன்னைக்கு ஈவினிங் கண்டிப்பா இது பண்ணியிருப்பீங்க. This evening. எனக்கு கரெக்டா சொல்லணும், all of you. What did you do? What did you do this evening? I took coffee, sir. I have taken coffee, sir. 1 or 2. Type. I have taken coffee. 1. Mother question order. This question is tough, am I right? Good. Many, equal number of 1 and equal number of 2. Come on. I'll tell you. Thank you. Thank you for the response. Listen. Both have different meanings. When you say, I took coffee, I met the doctor, I did my work, that means you are giving me a news. நீ எனக்கு ஒரு செய்தி சொல்ற. You are giving me a news. When you say, I have taken coffee, நீ எனக்கு report பண்ற. Sir, you told me to take coffee. I have taken coffee, sir. Sir, the doctor told me to meet him. I have met the doctor, sir. Sir, you told me to do the work. I have done the work, sir. Purida. Number 2 talks about the completion of the work. Number 1 என்னது? Nothing. சும்மா சொல்றேன். What were you doing? I took coffee. What did you do? I met the doctor. I was free, so I met the doctor. அங்க வந்து you're not talking about the completion of the task. That's a news. Just news. I'll give you one more explanation for you to understand it easily, okay? Look at this. See, assume that I have a cup of coffee. குடிக்கிறேன். Suddenly somebody called me. I keep the cup here. It's half full. Now half தான் குடிச்சிருக்கேன். Half is still there. I go there. That guy is asking me, என்ன பண்ண? What will I say? I took coffee. And the coffee full குடிச்சிட்டேனா? Still there is some coffee. Even when that work is incomplete, I can say I took coffee. See, I give you 5 tasks. நீ 2 தான் பண்ண. Tomorrow you come to me and you can still say I did work because you did. But you can't say I have taken coffee if you have not taken the full cup. புரியுதா? You can't say I have taken coffee if you have not emptied it. I give you 5 tasks. Only if you complete all the 5 tasks, you can say I have done the work. இல்லைன்னா என்ன சொல்லணும்? I did the work. Type got it if you have got what I said. Got it அப்படின்னு டைப் பண்ணணும். அப்படின்னா I know you know the difference between simple past and present perfect. Tense pair வேண்டாம். Just understand the semantic. Got it? Yeah. Lovely. So sweet of you people. Very good. So almost like the final lesson for the day. Something that you have to experiment tomorrow, which is right. I will take care of the patient. I shall take care of the patient. 1 or 2. Give it to me in the chat. Shall. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So this is also a tough question then. I will. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. I'm noting your names. I'm also noting your answers. So beautiful of you. Oh, I'm sorry. Just a moment. See, people, both these sentences are in the simple future tense. அது இப்போ முக்கியம் இல்ல, பேர் முக்கியம் இல்ல. Both are in the same tense. Know that. Will and shall have 2 different meanings. Say tomorrow someone has to take care of the patient. இப்போ he அப்படின்னு சொன்னா he will take care of the patient. Correct. She அப்படின்னு சொன்னா she will take care of the patient. Correct. Dr. Yayati அப்படி சொன்னா Dr. Yayati will take care of the patient. Correct. Dr. Soumya will take care of the patient. Correct. ஆனா I will take care of the patient. தப்பு. Shall I tell you why? When people crafted English grammar, they had personality inside. They had a bit of psychology inside. இங்க பாருங்க, when you talk about others, you can add confidence to that statement. When you're talking about you, ஐன்னு சொல்லும்போது, you should not be so boastful. Meaning, will போட்டா ரொம்ப திமிரா சொல்ற மாதிரி வருமா? When you use will, you are speaking high of yourself. I will take care of the patient. சொல்லக்கூடாது. Shall is a soft word. So, where can you use will? For others. Where will you use shall? For you. I shall do the work. I shall attend the meeting. I shall meet the doctor. அவனுக்கு என்ன சொல்லணும்? He will do the work. He will meet the doctor. Got it? This rule applies for 2 pronouns. ஒன்னு I, இன்னொன்னு we. ஏன்னா weன்னு சொல்லும் போதும் அடக்கமா இருக்கணும் இல்லையா? When we say we, you ought to be modest. You ought to be humble. We shall do the work. So from tomorrow, nurses and nursing students and all people attending this session, make it very clear. When you start a sentence with I or we, don't use will. Use shall. I shall be doing the work. I shall come there. We shall attend the function. Function cholala patiya. Did you look at the pronunciation? I did not say function. T-I-O-N. What is that? Shin. Function. All right. Brilliant people. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Quickly, I would like to highlight the fact, the same kind of grammar, the same kind of nursing psychology. We have a 30-hour training program called NCARE. Today, we meet you for 30 minutes. Maybe if you meet you for 30 hours, we'll be able to do 15 hours of in-person training. Ide madri. 15 hours of online training exactly in the mode. We are also adding a Cambridge English certification along with it. The certificate is called Upskills for Healthcare Professionals. So we'll try to meet up there. our team will get in touch with you if at all you are planning to have N-Care in your hospital, in your institution, or in your any kind of a healthcare organization. So the first program already started on October 21 and 22. The next program is soon coming, November 15 and 16. So we'll keep you posted about that. Thank you so much for your patient listening and commitment. Shall we meet next Thursday? See you no type பண்ணுங்க. So I'll know we'll see you the next Thursday. Just type see you. That will be your way of saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You say see you, I say thank you. Thank you so much, people. Wonderful, wonderful. Glad talking to you. All the best. Back to you, Dr. Yayati.
Yeah, thank you, Shyam. So, so you can watch us on the StethUp web page. So there is a YouTube page for StethUp also, so you can log into that. So if any of your friends are missing this, the live recorded session is there. All the 3 sessions will be uploaded shortly. The first session is already live there, so you can catch up with those sessions. The next batch of N-Care is happening on November 15th. So we'll post the links as you get these links. The registration links also will be posted. So see you all coming week. Coming week being Diwali, we will not be having the session. So we'll be doing the next week. So advance Diwali wishes to all of you. Take care. See you all November first Thursday. First Thursday we'll again see the yet another interesting SpeakUP program. Thank you all. Thank you once again, Mrs. Cham and Soumya, for today's joining today for the session.